After an awkward encounter with a friend of hers, my girlfriend was compelled to confess that she was a sugar baby during college. I thought her morals were closer to my own, but now I have serious doubts. I am 30 and I have been together with a girl I'll call Jane for 2 years now. She is 27 and we met while I was finishing law school, and she was working on a master's at the same university and really clicked. We have been together for 2 years now and moved in together last year. We were even making vague plans of what the timeline for marriage could be once we were both done with school and could prepare to settle down. I'm listing these things just to kind of explain the context because I really thought she might be the one, and now I just don't know how I want to move forward. A few days ago, we went to visit her family, which happened to be in the same city where she went to school. She still had some friends there that she wanted to meet up with and went to a friend's apartment where they hosted like a mini reunion. At one point, a friend who had invited showed up with a girl, and Jane looked like she saw a ghost. I thought the reaction was very strange since the other girl lit up and greeted her in a very friendly way like they knew each well. Jane quickly reciprocated and everything seemed fine, but there was some tension. The other girl even teased Jane at how conservative she was dressed these days, and Jane kind of shot her daggers, and the other girl backed off. All in all, nothing bad happened, but I got a weird vibe and I decided to confront Jane when we got back to the hotel. After initially denying that anything was wrong, she started to break down and said that she had to tell me something. Well, the something is sure as hell not what I was expecting. Apparently, the other girl was a friend she had in college, but the way they really got close was that they both became sugar babies at some point early in college, and they sort of looked out for each other. I simply could not believe what I was hearing and asked her to elaborate. While crying, she said that she was having severe financial problems to the point that she was afraid she might need to drop out, and a friend suggested this gig. There was this website, basically a place to recruit prostitutes, I don't know how else to describe it, where she set up an arrangement with an older guy, apparently some rich dude in his 40s. She said that she deeply regrets that part of her life and just wanted to put it behind her. I asked her why she kept this from me for so long, and she said that it's her biggest secrets and she is ashamed of it and didn't want to mention it too early, but then after we bonded, she was afraid I would leave. And frankly, I am very seriously considering doing just that. I feel like I was just deceived about the girl I have been seeing. I can't believe that this smart, kind, and seemingly shy girl accepted money for years from a guy who could just use her body like it meant nothing. I don't want to sound judgmental, but the whole thing just makes me feel dirty, and I just can't imagine the mother of my children being a former prostitute, basically. It's weird even writing that word in relation to Jane, but I mean that is what it was no matter how she tried to sugarcoat it. At this point, I'm a bit at a loss. I am staying with a friend right now, but I don't want to talk to anyone I know about the situation, which is why I'm here. I'm just very torn because in spite of everything, I still really love Jane and don't want this to be over. But I am just not sure if I can get over this horrible revelation either, or that I even want to try. I would like any outside perspective in how I can try to frame the problem and figure out how to move forward. Best comments. Was she a sugar baby while you were dating? She has no reason to regret that part of her life, but she should have been upfront with you if she knew you would be opposed. Oh please. Dating one man and all of a sudden, she's a prostitute? As if most of you dudes reading this wouldn't do the very same thing in her situation. She was with one guy. It's not like she was with hundreds of men. It's not the same. Being a sugar baby isn't just about sex. It is also acting like an actual girlfriend, so going to dinner and all that. Basically, she was in a relationship with a guy she wouldn't have otherwise chosen for money. Why is that worse to you than her dating any other guy? Basically, she was in a relationship with a guy she wouldn't have otherwise chosen for money. That's pretty much what prostitution is. I mean, that is literally the definition of prostitution. You are saying it isn't just because the client was paying for extras. This thread is full of insecure prostitutes trying to cope. This is what it basically boils down to, and there is nothing wrong with how you feel. Honestly, some of comments here are mental. Most men would be uncomfortable dating a former prostitute, and there is nothing wrong with having that boundary. I for one sure as well would not want to marry a woman who let other men F her in exchange for leaving a bag of coins on the counter after they finish in her. Update number 1, 2 days after the first post. The comments I got were a bit negative, but I got some useful advice that I am thankful for, and I wanted to provide an update in case anyone was interested. To make a long story short, after talking about it with a friend, I decided that the best course of action was to break up as soon as possible since deep down I knew I couldn't get past it, and I didn't want to prolong the pain. As sad as it was, I told Jane that she was a great person, but deep down I felt like we were different people and were not fully compatible, and it was best to part ways. She cried a bit, but took it better than I expected and said she understood, and I am now staying with a friend. I want to explain my reasoning a bit. I know I got a lot of flack in my previous post for sounding so judgmental about sex work, which I didn't intend. I did not want to get into politics, and I am very much live and let live when it comes to these issues in general. If women want to consensually engage in such practices, that is of course none of my business, and I respect their choices. However, when it comes to my romantic partners, I feel differently. I am absolutely uncomfortable dating a person who has that kind of past. I am personally a bit on the conservative side. For example, I have only had sexual partners in committed relationships, and I prefer that the people I am with have similar values. And the thing is that Jane definitely acted like she had always had similar values. This is the only part that I can begrudge her. I definitely think she acted in a somewhat deceitful manner by not disclosing this part of her past for so long, when she herself admitted that she realized I could care strongly about it. Also, some people were saying I was wrong to judge her because she did something desperate when she had no choice. I thought about that, but frankly it's bullshit. Yes, her financial situation was a bit hard, but honestly it was pretty identical to mine. And yet I dealt with it by taking loans and working on the side, just as plenty of friends did, both guys and girls. Yet in Jane's case, even though she herself said that she felt like prostituting herself felt morally wrong, she still went through with it. I won't lie, this did make me question her values. No matter how you slice it, she basically took the easy way out and violated her own moral code in the process, and then tried to sweep this part of her life under the rug like it never even happened. Best comments. I don't get it. I don't get caring about what sexual shit someone's done in their past and how you can judge their values like that. I guess if it's something that makes you look at her differently and you just can't get past it, then it's good that you broke up. But that poor girl now probably won't disclose this to future partners for fear of rejection. What a stupid thing to care about. OP clearly stated that he has nothing against sex workers, but when it comes to his personal romance, it's a no-go. It's his own values. Who are you people to say it's wrong and narrow-minded? Now you're evil if you don't date hookers.